Hello. Do you believe you are creating your life in its entirety? Now, by you, I'm speaking of your whole self, not just your human personality, ego self, but the whole self. And I think a lot of, for me anyway, it's been my experience that while ever I thought of myself as this body, this mind, this human sitting here, I was vulnerable. You know, this body is temporary. And therefore, we grow up learning to protect it, learning to extend our life through caution. And then things happen to us and we feel vulnerable. We feel like a victim. And I know very much that was my experience until I started to discover the truths about who I am. Now, I've been on this journey for more than 20 years. So it's been a while in the making. And we're told over and over, you know, we're either a victim or a creator and we get to choose. But there seem to be blurred lines. You know, there's things that happen in everybody's life that we can't imagine that it was chosen, that it was a choice. And I think this is where most of us really bring ourselves undone. Because if we've had such an instant in our life, and I'm sure most of us have, and we deny that we had anything to do with it, we make ourselves a victim. Now, if we're a victim in one part of our life, we're a victim in every instant. There's no black and white, like there's no blurred lines. It is black or white. Because if we consider ourselves a victim, then that victim energy is carried through everything. Now, I absolutely know that I, as my whole self, is the creator of my life in its entirety. And that really had me look at some of the things that I've experienced and change my perspectives around them, bring love to these incidences so that I could shift out of victim mode there. Now, you know, for several years, I had been studying the mind. I've been a life coach specializing in law of attraction, since 2007, 2008 maybe. And I've studied the mind. And, you know, we are taught that we can create our life by changing our thoughts. Now, in the latter years, when I've gone deeper with the study of the mind, you know, learning about the conscious and subconscious mind, and we understand that the subconscious mind really is what takes control of our life. 95 to 98% of the time, we're living unconsciously. The average person is. So if we're living unconsciously, then it's the contents of this so-called subconscious mind that is placing the orders in our life. Now, because it's the subconscious or unconscious mind, we don't consciously expect some of the things that have happened in our life, but these things have been ordered vibrationally. Now, it could be as simple as, feeling a victim to maybe a financial situation. I can't see any way to change it. If we're feeling a victim, then we are going to attract, because we are holding that victim energy, victim circumstances to show us that we have this energy in our system so that we can bring love to it and heal it. But we are ordering everything. Now, I believe that playing in deliberate creation is a naive way to really alter our life. And I say this, because of my experience. It may not be yours, and you may not agree with me. But, this subconscious mind, this unconscious mind, some refer to it as the non-physical self, the non-physical being. Some have said that the subconscious is the doorway to the non-physical. However you want to put it into human terms, and it's very, very clumsy because you really can't put words to the whole situation. It is beyond words. But to think that we can change from our human perspective, our subconscious mind, and better our life is ridiculous, because we have a non-physical aspect who knows much more, much better than what we do as the human, from the human perspective, what life is all about and the deliciousness that we could be living in. Now, taking into mind that the human mind only knows human experience. It only knows my subconscious mind has been programmed by the past experience I've had in this life, by all the things that I've learned through education, both as a child and since, through direct experience, and also some past beliefs from previous lives, or even through our ancestry. So there's a lot in our subconscious mind that we aren't aware of. However, to think that we can bring this human conscious with very little experience, world experience, no matter how much you've traveled or studied, to think that the human mind could outdo the universal mind, which is what our non-physical self has access to, our God self, is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I know that everything in my life has been a gift. It's either been a creation, part of the illusion of form that I have created with my human mind, with my conscious and subconscious belief systems, or the order has been placed and given to me by my non-physical self. And only in my owning of that do I heal the separation between me and my non-physical self, so that I can come into unity, into wholeness, and enjoy the gifts of this world. If I believe that I'm a victim, then I am creating separation within myself. There is no way for me to move into wholeness and the gifts that are available through wholeness, through unity, to live my heaven on earth while I remain a victim. So for the last, at least a couple of years, but more directly the last probably 6 months, I have been working directly with not the mind, but the heart, going beyond the mind and living through frequency rather than human consciousness. And yes, the mind still is necessary. It is still a valuable tool. And it's valuable in navigating this life. But when you are living in presence, in unity, in wholeness, then that mind is in a different frequency to where it is if you're living from the human level of consciousness. Because the mind is now under the spell of the heart, and those frequencies of love and above, instead of those lower frequencies of form, of struggle, of duality. You know, when we create in wholeness, we're creating in abundance, in joy, in bliss, in peace, in love, in calm, in fulfillment. There is no such thing as lack. A lack, like time, is a creation of the human mind. It all has been created out of the process of living in a linear world, the experience of a linear world, because really our world isn't linear. But fear has been born out of the belief that we are a separate human. And when we start to live from the heart and our mind is guided from those higher frequencies, we start to experience more and more of the truth of who and what we are. And I had a beautiful realization a couple of days ago that I will share here soon. But it's just percolating and grounding and gaining clarity. So when you can accept full responsibility for everything in your life, or full credit, I like to say, because I know that everything, even the most uncomfortable situations, are a gift. They are revealing something in us that needs healing to become more of who we are. Everything in life is a stepping stone towards what we desire to be and the life we desire to live. And only from that perspective have we got the ability to really create massive change. Because while ever we resist what is before us, while ever we resist and play the victim, we hold those circumstances in our life. Whether it happened 20 years ago, 50 years ago, or yesterday, while ever we are percolating with it, we are recreating and recreating and recreating that scenario over and over again. So if you really are choosing to discover the truth of who you are and really desiring a different life, to up-level your life, to experience it from the heart, to experience it through pure joy and bliss, to love every moment of your life, you've really got to let go of the idea of being a victim in any circumstance, at any age. Because you are so much more than you know you are. Big, big hugs. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you again soon.